It is Wednesday night, 100% live, coming off a great Tuesday night, in which we celebrated our 300th episode. St. Ricketts, Kingdom Fall, off the new album that is out now, www.stricketts.com. Just getting in all the music. Love those guys. Eric was kind enough to join us last night of the program. Talk all about the new album, Kingdom Fall. St. Ricketts, Tuesday night, 100% live, and this is, boom, the You Show. There I am. I had to get myself in there. Good evening. Jeff the Shark Perini with you a Wednesday night after an amazing Tuesday night last night in which we celebrated our 300th episode. We thank everybody that tuned in, everybody that commented, everybody that came. It was just a great night. JD Wolf in the house, yo from the Northland, JD. Good to see you, dude. And you've been on before. You've checked out Burden of Guilt. We're going to check out a little different twist tonight. Burden with a new album, a little different approach. I love it. Saw them live last weekend, and I'm a big fan. Love Josh. Love Reese. You're going to meet Reese tonight as well. And we're going to talk about the new album. We're going to talk about the show we got tomorrow night. Big show tomorrow night at Love Drafts with Mag Dillon. Great one there. So around 8:30, Burden of Guilt. All right. Very excited. Love these guys very much. JD, you're already like on fire, dude. I love you for it. Still recovering from last night. What a party. Thank you. It sure was. We had a blast. We had such a blast that YouTube has temporarily put the video on hold. I don't know what happened. Nobody was naked. Nobody was violent. Maybe a little copyright because I played a lot of music, but we'll see. Jewel Tatey had a little bit of a technical meltdown, but she was there where she could be. She had a blast. She thanked everybody. Like I said, we kind of lost her at the end a little bit, but she thanked everybody for coming in and being a part of it and enjoying it with us. And we certainly had a great time last night. So, again, Burden of Guilt at 8:30. Talk a little bit about the 300th episode last night. Play some music. But first things first, I got to get to it. After last night's 10-1 destruction of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Hello. Phillies in action back tonight, 2-1, bottom of the fourth inning. Chris Sanchez going for the Phillies. He's let up one run so far. Bottom of the fourth, 2-1. Kyle Schwarber with another home run. Phillies trying to take the first two from the rough and tough Dodgers, and why not? It's their year. God, I certainly hope so. But again, let's talk real quick, and a big thank you for last night and the 300th episode, and some of the great guests that came on the program, people from our past who have meant a lot to us, people who have been guest co-host on top of guests, promoted, shared, etc. And of course, through the night, is Jules' connection fixed? Jewel usually doesn't do the Wednesdays. She worked on it today. She should be back in action, hopefully for Tuesday night when we host Lady White Rat. But tonight, no Jewel, just Jeff, but Burden of Guilt. So you get that. At least it's half good tonight. You at least get a great band out of this whole deal. But the 300th, yeah, I want to thank the people that came on. Eric, of course, from St. Ricketts, started us off. Talked about the new album. Talked about the future of St. Ricketts, trying to get them guys into some live programs soon, live shows, getting them out there to perform. Great band. Around 8:20, horror actress Lydia Manson, who also is a podcast host, a co-host with Dregged the Stigma. She talked to us a little bit about that last night. And there's more movies she has going on, a brand new project out now. Around 8:45, we were joined by our number one most viewed guest of all time, the awesome actor, Miss Jessica Hillis, formerly Jessica Morris. And, wow, there were on all our platforms, over 20,000 views of Jessica Morris. And she couldn't believe it. She's like, huh? Me? Yeah, you. It was great last night. Thank you, JD. All the guests, I tell you, I really enjoyed them all. Always have a lot of fun. Sherry Nelson, of course, came on. She is terrific as well. She came from Canada. She does Vegas. She does Canada. She's trying to promote stuff and does some modeling work and all. She's awesome. Just a great person on the show. And then, of course, we ended it with Impact PR's Beatrice Kimmel. And Beatrice has brought us so many great acts and we've worked together, and she's been a guest on the show, and she does great promotion work, and we love her for it. And we had a blast just talking about the past and how we met, and we're still never 100% concrete who our first guest was that she brought us, but she's got great ones. There's so many. I'm going to count them one of these times and let you know. And we've played a ton of music last night. Maybe that's why YouTube gave us a little slap on the wrist, maybe a little copyright infringement. We play these songs all the time. I don't know. So we played songs from Milo Sky and Twisted and Burneth and the Grimjacks, the Circus Arts, Molly Rhythm, 6th Century, King Cherry, Mike Nappy, Strange Culture. We played a lot of tunes like we do here on the program. And I read a thing that says if the owner gives it YouTube permission or posts on YouTube, you can share on YouTube. I agree, JD. A great story about how she started in the business, and she's wonderful. She really does a lot of good, hard work, and I joked around about her being tough, and she says, "Well, I don't want to actually say I'm tough, but I know how to get things done, if you will." She's great. She's been great to us, and we've loved having her. Again, Burden of Guilt around 8:30. The brand new album is out right now. It's The Truth About Letting Go, Volume 1. And it's good. It's really good. It's good. It's great. I love it. And Josh and Reese know I love their performances, their music. Like I said, this past weekend at Sweeney's was a dandy. And just had a great time. My wife had a great time. We're big fans. And Josh was really, well, we'll talk to him when he gets here. We'll talk about his little journey back to Philly. Take the show 300th episode down. Let's play a song. How about it? Let's do it. Burden of Guilt is our special guest tonight. And I want to play this one. It is a terrific song. Good, deep song with a lot of meaning and a lot of feel. 3 Wishes. This is the reimagined version of 3 Wishes off the brand new album, The Truth of Letting Go. Sorry about that. Did I say The Truth About? No, it's The Truth of Letting Go. Sorry, Josh. Josh's going to kill me. These albums are always tongue teasers. Let's play it. Let's get the song on here now. Burden of Guilt. This is 3 Wishes reimagined. Right here live. About 3 minutes and 35 seconds. We'll be right back. Enjoy. This is Yo 2.0, Wednesday night's Yo Show. We'll be right back.
If I go back in time, I would agree to be right, both with our lies. I'd finally write you that perfect song, that perfect melody that makes you feel like you belong. Drive you mad, gon' drive you crazy, gon' drive you insane. Be careful going found in love with me if you decide for this game. And if I had 3 wishes, one would be you, and number 2, yeah, can't forget about 2 would be found in love with you, and number 3, yeah, can't forget about 3 would be finally seeing you happy, seeing you happy, seeing you happy, seeing you happy. Hold on, let's wait for a minute. Everything ain't soon about so much about you in it. You like flame, I'm a claim that fame make me feel something. Don't forget, you're my trigger, you and my fuse. Don't forget, help heal me too. You electrify, boy, yeah, you terrify me. And if I had 3 wishes, one would be you, and number 2, yes, can't forget about 2 would be found in love with you, and number 3, yeah, can't forget about 3 would be finally seeing you happy, go back in time, I would agree to rewrite both of our lives. I'd finally write you that perfect song, that perfect melody that makes you feel like you belong. If I only had 3 wishes, I would go back in time. I'll redo our lives. And if I had 3 wishes, one would be you, and number 2, yeah, can't forget about to be falling in love with you. About 3, be finally seeing you happy, seeing you happy, seeing you happy.
All right, awesome. Burden of Guilt, 3 Wishes, reimagined from the brand new album, The Truth, Letting Go. My wife, of course, is in the house. Cassie Perini with a big hey there to you as well. Working hard, this young lady. God bless her. But tonight, she's here even while she's working to catch Burden of Guilt, one of her favorites. One of my favorites. Thank you, dude. And a great tune, really a great tune. Change the sound a little bit, so we're going to talk about it when they come out here. And didn't really change much, just a little tweak. And I love what I've been hearing. Like I said, they did a show with us at the Fuge a couple months ago. Terrific performance, love it. They said every time I see Josh and what he's doing, I get more and more thrilled by it. And I said now he's joined up with Reese, who is also a super talent. In a lot of ways, a lot of great things going on there too with sound and being part of this band now, and a terrific voice, which I did not know, by the way. Excellent voice. That's coming up. A couple minutes, about 8:25. I said to Josh, because Josh was backstage early, feeling it out, make sure it's working. Reese is already backstage, so we won't make us wait too long for this magic moment. So 8:20, 8:25 in that range, we'll bring them out. And we'll chat about the new album and etc. I really didn't tag a whole lot to talk about because I figured I'd be chatting it up all night about last night and our 300th. But again, when because there's some people that say, how about us? We didn't get a mention here or there. We do a lot with Wednesday night too, guest co-host, which kind of slowed down a little bit, and different bands, and mostly kind of keep Wednesday a little different, a little lighter. Jewel does Tuesdays. Wednesdays, like I said, myself and a guest co-host. A little more off the cuff. A little more kind of, I don't want to say straightforward, but a little different twist. So, yeah, the Wednesday night is a big, powerful one, too. It's getting better, the Tuesdays and Wednesdays. We love doing it 2 nights a week. But there's also another project. My wife said, look, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night, for podcasting, etc., is not going to work. So we're going to get a full schedule of how we're going to work it lined up. One person I did forget to thank last night, and it kind of broke my heart a little bit. Let me see if I still have his banner up here. Matter of fact, I don't have his banner up here anymore, so I have to go this way. And, of course, it is my dude from the Moist Collective, Jim Hutton. There it is right there. The Moist Collective is, as I hold it here, nicely done. Oh, it's upside down. There we go. A terrific line of beard products. And I wear it constantly. I do. Beard butter, beard wash, beard oil. He's got it all. Cool merchandise. Beard brushes. It's an awesome grooming product. I'm going to say project. Grooming product for men out there who want to look terrific and wear themselves some great facial hair. And if you go right now and you order anything, just put in the code YOSHOW20 and get 20% off. It's a great website, www.rumoist.com. Locally made, my good friend Jim Hutton and his wife Tina. All natural products. Great scent. I've been told a few times recently at these shows that people get a whiff of the beard and they say, hey, it smells pretty darn good. Of course it is. The Moist Collective Beard Care Products. Use the code YOSHOW20 right now for 20% off your order. www.rumoist.com. And, yeah, Jim's been cool enough to do some sponsor work for us. He showed up at Wing Bowl at Murphy's that one year, giving out merchandise and product. And I use it. I love it. Keeps the beard nice and fluffy. One of the guys at work called it fluffy. I don't even know what that means. But yeah, definitely fluffy. The funny thing I was going through today, and I wanted to look at some of the pictures and shoot through these real quick. And they said, well, burden of guilt in a few minutes. But we talked about 300 episodes and things I've done and things I've seen and etc. And let's not forget people that I got to meet and take some cool pictures with. And I was thinking of that today and like looking at this one. That was me, Brent, and Jewel, of course. Brent does a lot of our great photography work. Became a big music fan as well. And there's Jewel and myself. And here was me with the band Modern Yesterday a year ago today. How about that? The beard still looks fantastic. Modern Yesterday. Great band. Chris Greiner, who is an excellent local musician as well. My man from Happy Hour Productions and Happy Hour Pod, Ray Chase. This was us at the Orioles game when the Phillies got beat. Sweat my tail off. The Galaxy Has Eyes. Very nice. From the other night, me, Josh, and Adam Kovitz. Great night at Sweeney's. Great picture. Love it. Barbara Blackthorne, of course, from Empress. And there's more. There's definitely more. Danica Wild. You know, we do it up here. We have a great time. Get to meet some great people. So let's do it. You ready back there to do it up? Because I know once I get Josh rolling, he would probably stay till 2, 3 in the morning if you could. I can't do it this time, dude. I got work tomorrow. But normally, you know, why not? Let's bring him out. Like I said, we got to see them this past weekend at Sweeney's with a terrific performance. Opened the show, and it was a dandy. The brand new album is The Truth, Letting Go. Let's give it up for Burden of Guilt, Josh and Reese. Good evening. How we doing?
Yo, how's it going?
It's going great. And Reese, it is your first time on the program. It's Josh's, I think, third or fourth. And yeah. I got to tell you, Josh, not to show you up, but Reese nailed the sound already. Perfect.
Oh, yeah, the sound. She is Miss Singer Sound. So, like, you know what I mean? She's incredible. She does it all, multi-talented. I'm very honored to be able to share the stage with her every week, every show, and call her my friend. So it's good stuff.
And welcome indeed to the program, Reese. Of course, Burden of Guilt, we talked about, changed a little bit. And not much. It used to be more of a live, like, full drum set. And now Reese comes out and plays. And I never get the name right, so can you tell us again? It's the cajon?
Cajon, yeah.
Cajon, I got it. Tell us a little something about that instrument for those who don't know first. Because to me, it is one of the coolest sounding instruments in all of music. I love its sound, and I love the way you perform with it as well.
Well, the simplest version of it is it's basically just a wood box. And, you know, it's the one that I have is kind of basic. They make them for, you know, up to thousands of dollars with awesome aged woods, you know, like guitars are made with too.
Yeah.
Mine's rather basic because I treat it kind of bad with these shows. You know, it gets smacked around a lot. And, but yeah, basically it's a wooden box that creates a good low end to imitate a kick drum. And then inside there's snare wires that sit against the front. So that's how you get that top end with a little bit of snare to it. So, and it's great because there's no electronics involved. I mean, you can put electronics in them, but it's just real quick to grab and go, you know.
I see your hands going to work on the end of the night. Your hands look pretty bruised up. Like, are they pretty bad? Does it hurt like hell? Yeah.
It is. So I use a lot of lotion. If we were playing a longer set than we did at Sweeney's, I would actually do like nitro gloves because at the end of our set, I literally have cracks across my fingertips from the impact on the wood. And again, I do not play that thing the way most people play it. Okay.
I play an acoustic guitar. I do the same way, but the way I play my acoustic gives us what our unique sound is. And when we go up there, a lot of people are pretty surprised when they see it's just two people on two acoustic based instruments. It's our styles of play, man. It's how we do it, and it's fun. I love every show.
I love it. And like I said, we got over there this past weekend, the Sweeney's. And Sweeney's was, I don't want to say a revenge show for you, Josh, but more like a personal vendetta show where you wanted to come out and nail it. Because the last one was a little messy. We were there, and you know you had your technical difficulties. Guitar string broke. My wife ran out and like, dude, unplug and sing. You know you got this. So you wanted this one. I got to tell you, the two of you together absolutely nailed it. Terrific. Talk a little bit about the feeling being back there and winning it over this time.
Dude, I was when we got the okay to book that show, when Adam reached out to us, I'm like, all right, we're gonna go back and we're gonna give Philly a taste that they should have gotten before. And I thought about that show. I'm not kidding you guys. I have thought about that show every day of my life since that happened. And it's just like, that's just, when you come out and pay to see Burden of Guilt, we want to give you a good show. You didn't get the good show. So it was relief. It was awesome. The crowd was insane. It was a full house. I got to see you guys front and center. It was just a very, very powerful feeling. And I made a bunch of new friends too, a bunch of new musicians, new fans. Like it was unreal, man. And also shout out to JD Wolf, my boy from Minnesota. Thank you for continuing to listen to music and consistently. I will never forget you, man, ever since that first show. So shout out to my man there.
He's been awesome. We appreciate that. He appreciates that. He's been great. And he was definitely excited for the new sound. Went out and told me he was listening to it when it first came out. He said, I like it. It's very different. What's the change? And I said, you're going to see the change because Josh booked the show. What gave you, we'll start with Josh, what gave you the desire to make the change? And I keep saying change like it's a bad thing. It's a great thing. It's like I hate to say the perfect sound for the two of you, but what made you decide to try to mix it up?
So my companion here, Reese, will tell you, when Burn of Guilt started, we were chokehold, and we were playing with a guitar, one vocal, a bass, and a drum pad. And Reese always had this knack on that sound. She goes, this is like the perfect sound for you. So, a lot of musicians do this. I kind of just retraced my steps because I've written all my music on acoustic guitar and just kind of pressed rewind, man. And just say, you know what? I need to be me. I need to be Josh. And I want to play with someone who has that same aspiration. So, Reese came out and just said, hey, let's give this a go. We had one practice. I was locked in. But a lot of it was just relying on the people who had been with me from the beginning, taking the advice and the constructive criticism to help me push. And I feel like now Burden of Guilt is like we're pushing tidal waves, man. We're really going, and it's really exciting to see what the future's about. Reese, what would you say?
Yeah, I mean, I used to run a venue in Lebanon called The Church, and I gave Josh one of his first stage shows. And from point A, I'm like, there is something here that I love. I've been a lover of like indie music is where my heart is. And just the way that it was completely different from everything else. And then, those of us who followed him through the past 3 years saw, he went electric and went through a couple drummers and so forth, but it never came back to that real feeling that it was in the beginning. And everybody that heard him through that entire span said the same thing. And I'm not doing this for the glory of myself. I jumped in when there was an open spot that needed to be filled, and I do the best that I can. Burden of Guilt is Josh. I'm along for the ride. That's the way I put it. So I filled the spot. It worked. And we built a new sound without really trying, honestly. It was, it was kind of cool. And that's where the best sound comes from, when you don't even plan it.
We were just having, honestly, it was just fun. Like, when we had the Nitro Bar, we looked at ourselves, that first show we did together, I was like, we're showing the world what, the new Burn of Guilt sound, right? We looked at each other after that show. We gave each other the biggest hug and said, this is it. This is what Burn of Guilt is, and this is what Burn of Guilt needs to be. And now we're at this point where we're trying to prove that we can go to these venues, these bigger venues, play on these big stages, and go up there and go toe to toe with these big bands. And shout out to everyone who does that aspect. But like I told you before, Jeff, I don't want to be like anyone else. I want to sound different from anyone else. And I want to stick out like a sore thumb in any room I go into. I want to be the white elephant, and that's what we really feel we're pushing for.
If it helps you, every time you get hot on stage and take your shirt off, you're definitely standing out in the crowd, my friend.
Yeah, I won't do that.
No, that's okay. I mean, there's one person in the band for that already.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't end well.
Lead singer syndrome sometimes, I mean, I help break down and carry things out of the car. That's the difference though. I don't have that lead singer syndrome. So, but
Sometimes I did see Reese doing a lot of carrying out. She definitely pulls right. But then again, being in sound, you notice like to carry a ton of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot.
And a lot of times by yourself.
It's yeah, most of the times by myself. Every now and then I enlist the help of Jesse Morgan, who is my partner in Effigy Entertainment, and when he's free, he'll go along. Or every now and then I get some other up and coming engineers or something that want to go along and work something. But it's usually me. Yeah.
Wow. God bless you for that too, because just doing the shows at the Fuse, and you were there, and you see the setup, which looks to some people like, all right, it's set up for every band to use the same thing. How hard could it be? Whew, until the end of the night. Good Lord. I feel every inch of your pain. I do.
it drains you. Like
it is. Yeah, and people say like, oh, why don't bands want to just come out and play? Well, you got to carry this equipment, and the equipment costs money, and rehearsing and practicing. Do you two find enough time to practice? Because Reese, again, you got a lot going on. You got Effigy Entertainment, Singer Sound, two awesome projects, and also now in a band. You said you wanted it. Now you're here, and Josh, of course, being a family man, and it's busy. How do you guys find the time? Either one of you, whoever wants to start. How do you find the time to practice and make it so good?
So, I mean, we either meet every other week or every 2 or 3 weeks. We practice for probably about I would say 3 or 4 hours, almost 3 to 4 hours straight. We talk, we give ourselves constructive criticism. We ask each other how we felt about the takes of the song, and then just the timing, the rhythm, everything. And that's just kind of how we do it. We definitely are both exhausted at the end of the day. But at the same time, it's like this is what we're fighting for. We're fighting for that dream, that rare opportunity that the 1% of people get to do professionally. And that's kind of how it goes. Thankfully, my wife is my rock. She supports me through everything I do with Burden of Guilt and with Reese. I mean, Reese is like one of my best friends in the whole world. So like it's just we're very flexible. What'd you say, Reese?
Yeah. You got to fit it in where you can. Back before I had all these different projects going on, if I would have gotten involved in this, we would have had a religious every week practice thing. But
Yeah.
With jobs and families and everything else, it is what it is. But that's the thing. When you get together and practice, the biggest thing is, I know a lot of bands get together and practice and they end up drinking more than they practice. And the biggest, I'm not, do to each their own. I'm just saying that when we get together to practice, it's no holds barred. We're working the entire time.
Yep.
So
and we hang out too. Like we talk a little bit, but 99% of the time we are working.
It shows. And the funny thing about that, every time me and Jewel get together in person, which isn't as often because she's a single mom and she's got a busy schedule, but when we get together in person, and she's like, she always says, all right, when I come out tonight, we're going to talk about this, mention this, work on this. And by the end of the night, we're both knee deep in beer. So it's the way it happens. You guys enjoyed it, one cocktail at Sweeney's. That was nice. It was good. It's always fun for me to not just experience the bands on stage. And I've said this before, and I'll say it until the day I die. I use the word rock star a lot, and everybody's like, nah, I'm not a rock star. To me, you play an instrument, you get on stage, you perform, you sing, you do sound, whatever you do, you're in front of a crowd, you're entertaining, you're a rock star. That's rock star stuff. And the two of you were definitely rock star feel this past weekend. And I love that. I love to get to hang out afterwards and see you enjoy other bands and talk and just be yourselves off of that stage. What's the experience like? What is the difference being on stage, doing your thing, and then coming off stage and kind of watching and mingling in with the crowd? I'm sure each of you has a different opinion of it.
Bruce, you want to start this one off?
Yeah, for me, it's kind of weird again, because I spent a lot of years, like I done solo gigs every now and then, just me and a guitar, but I haven't been on stage much at all in the past 10 years.
Wow.
And so now this is all kind of, memories are coming back, because I used to I used to do festival shows with some serious names out there, which most people watching this show wouldn't know the Grand Ole Opry names from my era. But anyway, but and then I took that hiatus after life kicked me in the butt and destroyed everything for a while. And it's now feels really weird again for a while, actually being up there and having people cheer and so forth. When you come off stage, there's a big like adrenaline release for a minute. And I sometimes feel bad because I have to go I'm an introvert in general, and I have to go in a corner and decompress for a minute. So I do that, and then you get to the merch table and just relax for a minute, give people the chance to come over, and then it's back in the pit. I definitely want to support the other bands, and but I keep myself sane and sober through these shows. That's a rule I gave myself, that I want to be an example to the other musicians and the people in the room. And
that's an awesome
so it's a personal choice,
That's awesome. And like I said, staying to the end is huge. You guys live a bit of a distance from Sweeney's, but stay to the end, watch everybody. And we always press that to everybody. Stick around, watch everybody, get to learn, get to know, market, network, get yourselves sharing. Now, Josh, I know you're a massive introvert, probably the most shy guy I've ever met. How do you how do you handle the stage and then to come down from the stage? Because you were rocking, dude.
I'll start off as I can talk to a brick wall. But no, man. So I actually told this to Reese, a few times at the last couple of shows. But I no longer feel like I have to get nervous before I go on stage, because I'm playing with the person I'm meant to be with on stage. But a lot of my preparation is it's strange. So I had this superstition thing. So I always have to have my white Converses. I don't know what it is, but it is an aspect of my thing. 2, I have a 2 beer rule before I play my show. I drink two White Claws or 2 craft beers, and then I call it done, because it just releases the nerves. I get up there. I usually do a little prayer to the universe, say thanks for letting me play today. Just give me the ability to go out and kick some ass, and then I kind of lock in and just take a deep breath and I go into it. After show, usually I'm like overheating, because I'm very energetic, so I go outside.
We've been seeing it a lot lately, dude.
Yeah, man. Go outside, release for a few, and then I go back in and just join Reese and load the car up, and we hang out and we support the other bands. Because one thing I haven't liked, and this is not to anyone, but to bash anyone, but it kind of stinks when you come out to play and the other band just wants to leave after you're done playing.
Do you have a special thong you wear?
Do I have a special thong? No, but I'm a boxer brief guy there, Dr. D.
Dr. D in the house. Thank you for tuning in as well. But but I do love that. But it is kind of neat that there's 2 different sides of how you do it. And like I said, one of you definitely is a little more reserve after the show. One of you is kind of like out there and wild. And my wife was sitting there, and she even said, good, this is the break. I get some minutes to talk with Reese over at the table. And then Josh will come over, and I'll try to talk to Josh, because the 2 of you are like one mind when it comes to chit-chat. And I kind of love it. I really do.
I love talking to Cassie. Every time I talk to her, we have great conversations, tell funny stories to each other. It's just a lot of hugs, man. I love it, man. There, DR. Oh, sorry. I was just reading that chat. But I love catching up. It's like whenever time I see you guys, it's like we picked up from just yesterday when last time we spoke. And it's a magical feeling. And then feeling your presence in the room is like one of my favorite things as a musician. I literally thought to myself for that show, I was like, I don't think I could do the show, had that good of a show without them being there. So I mean that. So thank you for supporting us always. And I'll tell you that 100 times, brother. I love you, man. So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for almost making me cry. It's going to be a theme lately, trying to make me cry on this program. And I get emotional, I do. And I got to be honest, it's great that Reese has been performing with you and kind of joining the band, because I met her once. We spoke for maybe a minute, and that was kind of it. And I'm like, man, if I see Reese got all the way up there. So it's great that you guys are doing together and you're coming around this end. We had just, like I said, again, at the Fuge, and we're going to be seeing more of you as well because I do love the blend and the mesh. Let's talk about the new album.
Sure.
The Truth Letting Go, Volume 1. And it's great. Now, how much, I know Josh wants to talk a lot about it, but I got to ask Reese because she says that, do you have as much a hand in the writing? Are you like a 50-50 part of this, or are you just kind of adding your touches?
Honestly, the lyrics are all Josh. I have tried to write songs about 5,000 times, and I finally just gave up and said, this is not for me. If someone needed help coming up with a tune, I could probably do that. When it helps, my part is making sure that the timing and rhythm is together. When Josh comes out with something new, and we'll play through it, and he'll do a couple different versions of what's in his head until we find the one that actually clicks, and then we run with it. And the only exception to that is I got too many titles in my head now. Run Away.
This is a goodie.
Wasn't called that in the beginning, and that when he showed up at the studio and said, "Oh, by the way, we're going to record this song today," and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, it's great, wonderful." And honestly, it like sometimes that's what you got to do because it turned out to be one of the best ever.
That's great too. And Reese, also, your face was priceless at Sweeney's when Josh said, "So I'll see you Wednesday," and you're like, "Wednesday?" And he's like, "Yeah, Jeff's show," and you're like, "Huh?"
Yeah, no one,
And then you're like, "You can come on too, Reese." And I'm like, "Wow, talk about an element of surprise right there."
Yeah,
but the face to it is just priceless. You're just like, "Wednesday? What?"
Yeah, I'm used to it. It happens.
It's that excitable spirit. My wife's the same way. She'll be like, 5 minutes before we're supposed to go somewhere. Like, are you ready? I'm like, 4. We're supposed to go here, to go to this, and go here. I'm like, huh?
See, that's my thing is I'm not married anymore. I only have myself to deal with. So now I have Josh to do that to me and bring me back into reality.
There you go. Josh, I love it, dude. I love the fact that your thoughts are a lot of spur of the moment. And like I said, Dr. D came out with this awesome, you two make such a great team. You do because Josh is a little more of the, this moment, explode. Wow, hey, I got this. And Reese is like, okay, cool. I'll listen to what you got and we'll get it together and kind of make it like this. I dig that. Do you two realize that? Do you feed that way? Is that kind of become the thing now?
Yes. We actually, and back to the whole fact about, the version thing, I'll go for 30 seconds into a song, dude, and she's just like, and we just both look at each other at the same time. It's like, nah, that's not the right take. And then we just feel it out, man. But yeah, dude, I mean, she is the one who made me realize this. Our music needs to be driven by rhythm. It needs that explosive tempo, because with the stuff I do, a lot of the finger picking, it just brings out the sound. It shows you what you can do with the simplicity of 2 instruments and a voice and some harmonies. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I mean, I was with her on the Runaway thing. She, that whole thing. It's in this industry, if you don't learn to take chances, you don't learn to take risks, it's not going to get you. It's not going to get you to those points that you want. And that's just something I believe. Everyone has a different method. I respect everyone the way they operate and do things. But for me, if I'm not going to go up there and take a chance, to show you express that vulnerability and that risk taking factor of music, it's just, I don't know, it kind of takes away from me, a little bit, right? That rush, that feeling, just the feeling you get from the crowd and the emotion and you can feel from people's bodies. It's crazy. You can feel it on stage. It's nuts. But that's how I feel about it. And what do you think, Reese?
Yeah, I don't think I could add anything to that. I mean, it's with every project I've been involved in, that was the biggest thing, is making sure that the 2, or however, the band I used to be in was 5 members. And that was the thing, is you had to make sure that every person involved and every instrument involved was matching exactly where it needed to be. And if it didn't, you go back and you start over and you make it do that. And there's, I can literally go out to a show and see bands on stage that you can tell one of the members pretty much doesn't want to be there.
Oof.
And it shows. And that's never, it's never a picture I want that anyone to see from us. And all my career, it's been like, I could have had the worst day in life. And trust me, I was in a working band while going through a divorce and losing my house and everything. Okay.
Wow.
Not to throw horror stories in, but I'm just saying, but when we hit the stage, none of that was there ever. You had to know how to separate and make it your place. And Josh and I are 100% on the same level with that. And I'm glad, because of all the people that I could have gotten involved with to just, oh yeah, would it be on stage again? At least I found one that thinks the same,
Yeah, agreed. You two are definitely people that, through the years and talking with you, following you, being a part of what you do, watching you, listening to your music, you two are definitely not people that mail it in. You're hard workers. You're, what do they call it? A hard hat, blue collar when it comes to this business, like getting dirty, getting down and dirty, and making sure to put out the best possible effort. And that's what Josh said that first night at Sweeney's. He goes, dude, it just wasn't a good effort. It wasn't me. And it broke my heart, dude, because I know how you are mentally. It broke my heart to see you kind of going down the way you did. And that's why this one was so good. It meant that much more to me. And I just watched the way you play, man. Your body's whipping, and Reese is there. And Reese, by the way, the harmony section, adding a second voice, terrific. Who knew your voice was that good? Your voice is incredible and is a perfect addition to these songs.
Well, thanks.
I tell you what, this is crazy, but like, it's like now we're creating a new style of emo. It's like we've taken folk and bluegrass and made it into like funk and emo. Like that. It's just like, because I have a big background in funk. Like, I grew up, my dad's Grateful Dead, Rolling Stones and stuff. Fish and Pink Floyd, and just, I know that's a lot of my influence, dude. And like, when people come out to hear music about sad things, I want them to dance and just release that pain. So like, I don't know. I just think it's really cool how Reese and I were able, because we're always on the same page, and it just works. And those harmonies, man, especially on Jenny's Lullaby, it is like, I cannot wait for every show to close that way and just have them hear that explosive harmony and just go, silence. Yes, feel all that emotion. Good night. You know what I mean? It's like,
I feel you.
It's just, I'm sorry, I'm kind of getting off haywire here. I get excited.
That's all right, man. That's what it's all about. We're not really a script. Like, I write some questions down, etc., and we just kind of go. And I told Jewel, like, I used to write down like 15 questions, and we maybe ask 5 and talk about things for like that full half hour, easy, because things just compound off each other. I wanted to leave that up there, Trust in the Fields. Of course, Brent Worrell in the house. Brent's a big fan and does a lot of our great photography work and travels. We love Brent, and he loves you guys and your music as well. Man, remaking songs. This is, we talked about it a lot already, but to reimagine, as you will, or remake a song you've already made, does that come from a new ear and Reese, or is that you saying, you know what, I wish I would have did it like this, and then twisted it up? Give us a point from each one of you about taking a song that's already made and twisting it around and changing it up.
Well, it really is. So when you go and kind of like, I guess the best way to put it is when you're reworking a song, or you're rewriting, or you're changing the tempo, the rhythm, the harmonies, etc. It's literally about kind of how I look at it. It's like, I picture myself playing it in front of other people. I picture a reaction, and that kind of helps me replicate that. And also too, like, a lot of it comes from like influences like Manchester Orchestra, like Andy Hall's one of my idols. Bands like Pine Grove, who are like just like us, who make instruments, make few instruments sound like such a thick sound. But a lot of that is just like, it's just, I kind of just take those influences and just kind of that picture I have of playing it live, and I'm saying like, you know, will people dance to this? Will people react to this? Will people?
Oh, we had a slight freeze. Just give us a slight freeze.
Then we
Never thought
replicate the
there it
feeling.
is. Never thought I'd see him freeze like that mid conversation.
But I kind of replicate that feeling, and when we go out and play, I want you to feel every aspect of emotion I'm on stage. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I look at it, like one rewriting a song. And it may sound like something, you know, something simple to say, but that's just what it is for me. And I love to write. So, you know, being able to bring them out, it's awesome, man.
It's great. Were there pieces that you heard, Reese, you're like, you know what? When we start doing this stuff, maybe I'll tell him a little bit of this and that. Did you pick up some stuff to bring to the table to Josh when it came to rewriting these songs?
Oh, I believe so. I was going to say, like, I don't, from my point of view, I don't look at it as rewriting them. I think the stuff he's had over the years was just brought back to life.
Structure too. The structure.
Yeah, we really didn't change many of them. I mean, yeah, the rhythm section sounds different now, and one or two of them, there might have been a little bit of a tempo or timing switch, but we really didn't invent too many of them. They just sound so much different because there's no, all the other elements of sound that were there are not the same now. So
Yeah.
it was more of that than anything. But yeah, it's like I said, I think Josh's music has come full circle, and it's come back to where it originated, and it's where it should be.
Wow.
So
She lives in my brain. I don't know if she told you that, but she just knows where I'm at. And it's like, I do the same thing for her. It's like, if we ever get lost, or like, for example, like we had that little booth with the mic on jeans. Did it stop us from playing? No, because we knew exactly where we were at. And that's crazy how like we were able to play through that and also almost recreate it on stage too. We take a chance and like, all right, let's see where this goes. And we trust each other. And that's like, again, trusting in the feels. Like we trust each other. And that's where a lot of it comes. It's just the trust and just, we both live in each other's brains musically. Like it's crazy, dude.
And honestly, that is something that I've told musicians, both that I was on stage with and otherwise, when people were trying to figure out what makes their music, what can they do to make their sound and their music the best it can be, the number one thing I've always asked people is, well, are you feeling it or are you just playing it? Because I will not, even solo, I will not play any song that doesn't grab me and make me feel something. It needs to paint a picture in my brain. It needs to paint a picture to the people that are out there.
Yes.
And again, that's what Josh's lyrics do. They put a picture in your head, and my job is to help send that out and make sure that the people feel the music, and we have to feel it. And if we can't feel it when we're up there, then that's when we're going to make mistakes, and it's not going to be a great show.
I love it. And if I can intervene, as you say, you know, you see me sitting front and center. That's usually my spot at Sweeney's. I know the one night you guys played, I was kind of in the back. It was a long day. I was tired, and it was a little bit different. But these days, I love being front and center because I like to feel it. And when Josh plays, and now the combination of you and Reese, I feel it. I felt it all night at Sweeney's. It was taking my body over and taking it to a great place, even with the sad songs. And I know Josh, you said that one's a little sad. Let's get something a little more upbeat. I feel it. I feel the up and down in a good way. Okay, I want to be sad here. I want to be happy here. I want to dance here. I want to make fun of Josh here. You know, stuff like that.
Like when I was tuning my guitar for like 4 minutes, like, oh my God.
Yes.
Tune.
The best part was, again, like Reese being the perfect sport. You're like, all right, Reese, say something. You're like, okay, got nothing to say.
That's the thing. I focus so hard on the music that I forget about the things that I had in my head that I wanted to announce while we're playing. You know, I got to start writing down the shows and everything and taking it up there with me.
I do. I try to do it with memory, and it's never great. Like a lot of times, I MC some of these shows, and I MC shows at Sweeney's, and you see me diffuse. I'm like, all right, tonight I'm going in with this. Got this lined up. I'm going to talk about this when this band comes on, and this thing we're promoting. And I get up there, I'm like, okay, how we feeling? And I'm lost.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. We like a lot of bands like stick to their set lists. I look over at Reese and I'd be like, jeans? She's like, yeah, jeans. And we're just like, all right, let's go. You know what I mean? Like it's we go by a script, but we like to rewrite it a lot.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. You guys have a show coming tomorrow night.
Yeah.
You're going to be playing at Love Drafts with a former guest, a band I love, Mag Dillon. Of course, Suzanne was terrific. I love her. I love that band. They're awesome.
Yeah.
And it's funny, before they even came to PA to do shows, my buddy Tim lives in Virginia Beach, and he said way back, he's like, dude, if I got a band for you, check them out. Get them on your show. I'm like, okay. And sure enough, a few months later, here they were at Love Drafts. I'm like, I got to see to believe in. Wow. And that's a great show. It's going to be awesome having you guys out there too. And Mag Dillon, tell us a little something about that show and what we can expect for us who can't make it because we got to work like dogs.
Well, this for Reese and I is another big show because not many acoustic duos get opportunities there. We want to be able to come back and play on that stage and stages like that with our vibe, playing with bands like Drama Scream and Mag Dillon, and also our homies from Look Back Luna, who we cannot wait to play with. These guys are amazing. But this is a it's a hometown show for me. That's where I'm from. So, you know, the crowd's going to be amazing. Friends and family coming out. I have my friends that I knew from the military, the Canadian sailors from the Newcomen Barracks. They're all coming out, and she's bringing other people. So we're really excited to play for her hometown. That place is pretty special to me because, you know, my first show on that stage was with Todd Morris from The Offspring, who's like honestly, like one of the best people in music. Like if I reach out to him today, he would reply to me and, you know, talk to me. Like he's given me great advice in the past, but you know, I can't wait to get back.
He's welcome on the Yo Show too anytime.
Yeah. We'll talk about that. I got you, bro. But you know, it's I get emotional about that place, man, because you know that place made me help me take off. And I'm very excited to go see Nick again and again meet the new bands and play some more Philly bands like Drama Scream and, you know, Mag Dillon, of course, because she's just the band's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it.
He's out of breath, Reese.
I know. It happens. Yeah, I'll throw in Look Back Luna was when they were 570 way back is what they started out with, and
Wow.
and back again to my former venue. That was another band that we gave a first shot on stage because they were underage and couldn't play the bars.
Wow.
And we, you know, I've never let go of communication with them, and the fact that they were thrown back on this show, I was like, whoa, this is great because I love hanging out with Mag Dillon. We all get along great, and now Look Back Luna is on. I have never gotten to see Drama Scream live, so that's going to be a cool thing. But, you know, I give props to Nick for putting this particular lineup together, whether it was planned or not. He has a female element in every band on there, and we're all a little bit different than each other, and that's what's going to be great about the night is just all of that coming together, and it's going to be a great show.
It sounds like a great show. I guess I'm a little upset that I live so far. We might have to move closer to there, so I don't miss, because Nick does a great job. Shout out to Nick Myers, and you and Jesse too at Effigy do great jobs. You know, filling up venues, getting bands out there and bands on stage, and you know, it's far from me, but I love to take the trip up there and experience it because it's really a strong music community up there. And even Love Drafts, when they had the iRock Radio Festival, was there with so many bands and friends and people who just say, hey, I know you interviewed Josh, or you interviewed Nailbite in the past, this, that, and the other thing. And you start to get to know faces of people and then hang out with Jesse, and Jesse introduced me to people. It's a great community up there. PA is just such a dominant place for the whole music family, in my opinion.
Yes. And Lancaster too. I mean, you got to come out to Lancaster sometime, man. The music scene's popping out here. You know, it's crazy to see it evolve and what different promoters are doing to bring the local scene back to life. And it is alive and well. And it's not just Lancaster. You know, it's Harrisburg, I mean Mechanicsburg, and you know, we're glad to be part of it, man. And we're glad to be part of your community too. I mean, you guys welcome us from out of the illy Philly, man, and welcome us with open arms. And it's a wonderful feeling to be able to translate that.
Appreciate it. And like the thing we did, and when we do the Fuge shows, and right from the beginning, I know Josh said, "Get me on stage the Fuge sometime." And right off the bat, when I messaged John Simons, who of course SRR Promotions helps me organize these shows, and he's like, "Yeah, that Burden of Guilt's definitely going to be on the list." He said, "I love what I hear there," and that's before the sound had changed. And even after that night, he said, "Yeah, that was something else." He said because, yeah, 5 people bands can get on stage, 4 people bands can get on stage and explode and be loud and all that. And then you two come on your approach, very different, but had the crowd roaring. And it's funny because some of my friends are like, "Oh, I can't go to your metal show, dude." I'm like, "It's not a metal show. It's a rock show. It's shows of all types, all ages, and all ages are welcome. And it's a little bit of everything." So after you performed and we had some footage, my buddy's like, "That's not metal." I'm like, "I'm kidding, dude. I'm telling you, it's all types." It's Josh's form of metal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, it's like speaking of the whole metal thing, I had a shout out to my homie Corey Rosen from the Story podcast, but at one point he classified us as metal on his catalog for his website.
Really?
And I was just like, I looked back then. I was like, are we really metal? Are we grunge? Are we just rock? And I sticking to those roots of rock and roll, man, are super important to me because that's what I was raised on. Again, like the Stones, Hendrix. The first concert my dad ever took me to was Judas Priest.
Wow.
But oh yeah, man, with Queen's Rice, like that was gnarly. And I've been a lover of rock and roll ever since. But everyone's trying to do like this is nothing against any genre, but everyone's doing metalcore and pop rock and country right now.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. Time repeats itself, and I'm glad to be part of that journey, and incorporate my emo on some rock and roll and folk and funk and bluegrass. I'm all for it, man. I'm all for the craziness. Is what I'm saying.
I like it. I love the uniqueness of it, and that's why I loved including you in one of our shows. And of course, in the future, do it again if you'd be so inclined, because we do like the mix. We'd love the taste, and everybody that I know, like I said, with Jewel being there and Brent in the past, my wife, and everyone's like, to see Burden of Guilt live is really a different experience because when you hear it on the albums, it's hard to believe it's 2 people. When you see it on stage and realize it's just 2 people working really hard, like I said, Reese, your hands look like raw by the end of the night. Josh's neck, I'm sure, is kinked from just rocking out. No shirt on. You know what I mean? by the end of it, you got something. And people say, like, I can't believe that's what I hear in these songs because it sounds like 5, 6 people.
Surprise! That's what I can do.
You are full of surprises, Josh. You definitely are. And Reese, you are the perfect straight person to play along with that because your facial reactions are priceless.
Yeah, it's either I'm crying, or I'm happy, or I'm like, you know what I mean. So those are the 3 faces you see on stage.
You got to get the right people. Like Jules always been a dynamite person to shock as well, and a great. I guess a great person to help feed my jokes and my wild spirit. And like I do with my wife, I feed her and she goes, and it's great to have you two. Definitely have a yin and a yang thing. And I love every bit of it. And I want to thank you both for making the time tonight. And it was funny, Reese, because Josh, not only did he wait to tell you until the moment before, he pretty much said to me, "Hey, I'm calling on a show, set something up for me." I'm like, "Okay, I've got this Wednesday." You're like, "Yep, book it. I'm coming." I'm like, "All right, well." Josh, everybody.
So I wasn't alone in it.
No, I was a little bit shocked like a couple days beforehand. So
yeah, I'm a pusher, dude. I mean, I don't mean to be a pusher, over push, but I like to be persistent. I want to let people know, like, I mean business. I mean, I don't play around, dude. And I'm easy to work. We're easy to work with. We're chill people, and we love to provide good entertainment, and and just make some type of impact on people. And if you guys listen to the album, I really think you're gonna get that. Now, we are gonna start production for a full band aspect sometime. We talked with Logan like October, so that's something to look forward to too. Because now it's almost like we did this album. It's like an EP, but it's not an EP. It's an album. So that's something to look forward to as well. I just wanted to kind of like add that in there.
And we're gonna get Reese to be as bossy as you are. Pushy, not bossy. Sorry, pushy is the word.
Yeah.
I save that for off the stage.
All right.
Yeah, I can be that bee when I have to.
All right. There's nothing wrong with that sometimes. I got to be honest.
I do sound at multiple places, and then of course I have my own production crew, and sometimes you just have to grab somebody backstage and say, listen, this is the way it's going to happen, whether you want it to or not.
Yeah.
And but we have not had those issues yet. Let's hope it continues this way,
It should. Like I said, the way you two work and grind and really want to give us a great show. Yeah, I would say so. I'd say it's going to continue that way. Reese, when you and I first started talking in the beginning, you said sometimes, sometimes you just got to put your foot down. And you even told it to me, like, look, sometimes you just got to say no or put your foot down or make people take a step back. And you're exactly right there. There's a way to do it without being hard about it or not being the bee, if you will, like you said. But, there's respect to be earned. I think the two of you in your field, between the sound, between your music now performing, promoting shows, etc. I think you have earned your respect in your collective field, and I congratulate you for it because I'm a big fan of what goes on. I definitely think you're earning your stripes, and it's great to see.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. And Reese and I are always on the same page. If there's something we don't feel it's right, we talk about it, and that's important when you're in this industry with people, because as you know, communication can sometimes be hard to come by. And
okay,
I was trying to word it properly without anybody, but we make it work. And if the show doesn't work, Reese and I have already talked about this. Like, hey, if I have a show coming up and a day doesn't work, she's like, sound comes first, blah blah blah. I'm like, sure. So like, we always make that. Oh my God, someone just lit fireworks off of. Sorry.
I thought it was your door.
Oh my God.
We're still getting around here too. My dogs are going nuts.
So sorry. But
I thought we had our first ever gun shootout on the Yo Show. I'm like, what in the world?
We're not in Lebanon.
Well,
whoa! Shout out.
Area. But yeah, man. Teamwork makes the dream work. Plain and simple, man.
It's awesome. It's the popo. So is that true? Only green M&Ms in the green room? I'll have to remember that for next time we all hang out together.
I would prefer peanut butter cups instead, but I can sacrifice.
They're my babies. I love peanut butter cups. Oh my God, it's like my weakness. Once again, I want to thank you. Like I said, thanks, Josh, for even saying, hey, let's do it again. Thanks for including Reese at the last second. I'm kidding. It was more than a couple of days. But I'm glad you came on, Reese, to join our experience. And like I said, some people watch live, a lot more watch the recording. So make sure you check it out. And if you're in the area, if you're around Love Drafts tomorrow night, you can see the awesome Burden of Guilt. If not, just follow us and we will get you all the sites and places to find them, find their music, etc. Because it's definitely worth it. Like I said, it is a one-of-a-kind act. It's terrific. You can find Burden of Guilt on Facebook at Burden of Guilt. Instagram, of course, is lowercase burden_of_guilt. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, the brand new album, The Truth of Letting Go. Volume 1 is out now. Download it. Find it. It's all over. I've got all the songs right here. So definitely do it. And of course, Reese, F&G Entertainment. I'm going to share, after the program, I'm going to share the name again and share it on the Yo Show. And I told Jesse, man, let's get together and maybe all do a show or all hang out here sometime. I invited him tonight. It was kind of tough for him, but yeah, I said, come guest co, especially when people up your way come on, because we love it. We love building that community. I thank you so much for coming on. I'll talk to you soon. Good luck tomorrow night, and thank you again for this. It was awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. I'm looking forward
Absolutely.
to Have a good night, everyone.
Reese Singer and Josh Houseneck from Burden of Guilt. God, it gets hard to say Josh's name every time. Have a great night. We thank them so very much for coming on. And I got to tell you, I've always loved Josh's music. And we're going to play one of the older ones and then another one of the newer ones. We're going to play a little bit of both coming up. But to reinvent, and I use words like reinvent, maybe a little bit. Maybe add a little twist to it, but Reese is definitely a quality partner with him in this venture. And you're going to see it right now. We're going to play Runaway, the song they spoke of, because it's cool. I love it. It is from the new album, The Truth of Letting Go, Act 1. I kept saying Volume 1. I'm sorry, Josh. Act 1. God damn it. I get so excited sometimes, I forget, and I start to suck at this. Anyway, it is The Truth of Letting Go, Act 1, Burden of Guilt. This is Runaway, live here Tuesday night on the Air Show. We'll be back in about 3 minutes. Please enjoy this one. It's great. Check it out.
I wish the rain would go away and the pain evaporates. I wish it was true. I wish I was with you. And the fear of being alone is at its highest peak. Am I alone? Forever alone? Will you please release me from this prison? Now I run away. Will you please release me from this prison? Now run away. Hit it. Will I ever find this place? A place full of love. And what will I feel? The comfort of your arms. Will you please release me from this prison? Now I run away. Will you please release me from this prison? Now I run away. Hit it.
Oh, hell yeah. You know what? I hate to pick favorites. That might be my favorite of the new album, Runaway. Burden of Guilt. Josh and Reese out here tonight once again. Facebook, Burden of Guilt. Instagram, lowercase burden _of _guilt. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. Subscribe on YouTube. Always subscribe. It's important. So you get updates and they pop on your feed when our new stuff comes out. The Truth of Letting Go, Act 1, not Volume 1, Jeff, you dumbass. It's out right now. Make sure you get it. It's great. And Josh, when we talk about hard work, Josh had been sending me video and photos and pieces and samples, which, by the way, bands out there, I love. I love your sample for anybody else gets to hear it. I love stuff like that. And I sent it to my wife, too. And my wife and I actually got a little jealous about who was getting it first and who got the text first. She's like, look what I got. I'm like, I've already been in the bathroom listening to that like 10 minutes ago. Where you been? So we do appreciate that, too, a great deal. And I was liking it. Loving what Josh was doing. He's a great pitch man, a great advertiser, a true believer in the scene. And Reese as well. Again, F&G Entertainment, Singer Sound, Burden of Guilt. Reese has tons of talent. She puts it out there. And Josh, of course, is just the amazing showman, Burden of Guilt. Very happy to have them tonight. Josh said he wanted to get it in, of course, like I said, with the new album being out. The show tomorrow at Love Drafts with the good friends from Mag Dillon. Shout out to Suzanne and the gang over at Mag Dillon. He's ready for a big stage. And Love Drafts is a very big stage. And some of the names that they've gotten on there have been pretty cool. And Nick Myers does a great job in getting promotion up there. And it's going to be a place where a lot of local bands want to play. They all say, yeah, I want to get to Love Drafts. And they always ask me, who do you know at Love Drafts? Well, I don't know that many people at Love Drafts. I mean, I know of Nick. I know of Jesse and Reese and Josh, of course. But I don't have the major connection. But a lot of people want to play up there. Kind words, more like true words. Thank you as well. The emotion that you show and you feel. Love you, do. Glad it's your favorite. It's our favorite, too. That's awesome. I heard you talking about it. In a few minutes, not a few minutes, right now, while Josh is still in there, and Josh plays this song live still, and the last couple times he has shouted me out for it, knowing it's kind of like the song that we first met through. I love this song. It's got a deep message. It's one of the older ones that's off the former EP, and it's called Best Friend, and it carries a lot of story. It's very strong, very powerful, but not only that, musically it's terrific. Little different sound, and you'll notice the difference in this Burden of Guilt stuff, which is new tonight, to this. You'll hear some of the differences, but through it all, it's got that one common denominator, and that's Josh and the way he brings it. Oh, a remake coming, and that remake might say my name somewhere. No, I'm kidding. You don't have to do that. My ego's not that big. Well, a little bit. Best Friend, Burden of Guilt, the song that made me hooked. Let's check it out right now on the Yo Show, Yo 2.0, Wednesday night. Man, what a great week it's been. Best Friend by Burden of Guilt. We'll be right back. Ooh.
I used to love singing songs that Elvis wrote, that he wrote. And I used to love writing new love songs about how I long for your love, never understanding what I did, never understanding why I wasn't good enough. Why wasn't I good enough? Why wasn't I? When you are asleep, it's the only time I feel at peace. Now the demon, she sleeps in that lie away, looking at your face, hoping, praying you never wake again. Hoping, praying you never wake again. I thought you were my best friend. Too long, suicide became a thing, and I used to take late night walks at night just to contemplate the last words of my life. And I believe all the lies you ever said. Now you're too busy living inside my head. You broke me, you defeated me, now you beat me all day. When you are asleep, the only time I feel at peace. Now the demon, she sleeps in my life. best friend. Thought you were my best friend. Thought you were my best friend. Thought you were my best friend. My best friend.
And one more round of applause for Burden of Guilt. Best Friend, that was one of the originals from Trust in the Fields Part 1. Of course, shout out to our good friend Rain Sparkles on drums. Rain's a good friend of the show. He's been on a few times as guest co-host at the whole 9 yards. Does it up. Nice indeed, J.D. Wolf. Great song. And thank you, J.D. Wolf, for... I got to tell you, people, when it comes to podcast or webcast or shows of any sort, always look for views, ratings, etc. I take pride in having probably the number one fan of music, of the backstory of the people, of support, and that's J.D. Wolf. Everybody in the house. I shouted him out last night. I'll shout him out again. The man, when I tell you the truth behind his words, his post, his love of music. Ah, shucks, indeed. Put you on the spot again. And we share a lot of the same taste, which was really cool. So we met again through a band that we followed. And one night he checked out the show and stuck around. Incredible. I mean, that's absolutely incredible. We've shared messages on holidays and just messages in general. Talk about life a little bit. And he tells me the show means a lot to him. And means a lot to us. That's great stuff. Yeah, there's a little different here and that now. Definitely a little different twist. I was doing it today on my lunch break. I got my Chinese food for lunch today. Yeah, I spent a lot on lunch today, honey. I'm sorry. My wife's watching. But I did that. I was playing around, and the guy next to me at work, he's a music guy also, and he's like, man, what's that you got there? I'm like, Burn the Guilt. Played a little music. He said he enjoyed it, and then I played both ends, and he's like, wow, sounds different on both ends. It does, but it's still great. They're both great. Keep it up, Josh. Don't slow down on me, brother. My man, indeed. And like I said, J.D. Wolf, he's a big fan. He loves it. Loves the music, loves what we do here, and we appreciate that. And like I said, we came out with 300 episodes of the Tuesday night version, and that went well. And I told Jewel, I'd like to come out with a Wednesday night version also to get more people on and try and get more audience. Like I said, the guest co-host thing, maybe to add some other element. And Jewel understands. She's like, I wish I can get there on Wednesdays, but we have a great thing on Tuesdays also. And Tuesdays and Wednesday nights are definitely our favorites. It gets my adrenaline going. I had a tough day at work today. I was tired, and I kept looking at the clock. But with every second that passed, a little bit of tired turned into, well, tonight's Burn the Guilt night. And it helps. And it helps a lot with a lot of the great acts that are coming on. And we have a lot for Tuesdays. I said Wednesdays, we're working on Wednesdays. Might not see me on Wednesday for a week or two. Stay tuned, as they say. But Tuesday night, we got some great stuff coming up as well. Coming up July 16th. Of course, last time was our 300. July 16th, this coming Tuesday. Lady White Rat, one of the new hot sounds in the PA area. Cool rock, maybe late metal type sound. July 23rd, one of the greatest young up-and-coming superstar musicians out there, Kobe Reese, will be on the program. July 30th, it's our dudes from Lives Lost. Love those guys. Pennsylvania dudes. August 6th, we are thrilled to be joined by iRock Radio's Jay Hunter. We're going to get some of the background of iRock Radio, and we're just there, like I said, for their 10-year party up at Love Drafts. August 13th, she is the cougar of comedy. The lovely Miss Jilly Reel will be on the program. August 13th, we're not done yet. We got a couple new ones that came in that didn't even make the docket yet. How about that? That's the way we do it here. August 20th, we welcome the super young band Wasted Potential. This is the band that really knows how to rock as well. Awesome female lead singer and a great band, Wasted Potential, on August 20th. August 27th, another name that a lot of people from the area will know, another superstar band, Breaker, will be on the program Wednesday the 27th. And Tuesday, September 3rd, fresh off their performance at the Key Concert Series at the Fuge, Fragmented will be on the program. Man, we are loaded up deep into September. That's kind of another reason I started doing Wednesday nights. For when I overpile myself with stuff, I make sure I have 2 nights to get some of these great bands on. A lot of great stuff coming up next couple days, next couple weeks. here at The Yo Show. Make sure you tune in. The Yo Show, www.theyoshow215.com. We are on YouTube. Subscribe. We're on Twitch. Follow. We're on Facebook. Like. Whatever. Get there, man, and stay tuned. It is quite a lineup, JD, and you're going to love a lot of this. You're going to love Breaker. You're going to love Lady White Rat. You're going to absolutely be thrilled with Lives Lost if you haven't found them yet. Fragmented is tremendous. Wasted Potential. I'll tell you what, man, the lineup is great. Even Jillian, the Cougar of Comedy, she's hilarious. And Jay is a super awesome music dude. Let's see, Lainey Wilson, maybe? Maybe. Why not? How about it? We're always booking. We have no problem just booking it on up because we want to have a lot of great people come on this program. Again, like I said, people like JD Wolf who are music fans come here for new stuff. They follow, they like, they bring up to Minnesota. That's awesome. Freedom King Films, you've been here, man. You've been enjoying music and dropping names on us, and we certainly want to get out and catch some of the bands that you dig, and we just want this thing to be big, man. The music scene is a lot of people out there right now doing music podcasts. Some do it great. I used to love watching Jesse do his, and I'm sure he'll be back because he plays some of the pretty legit metal sound. Some people are doing it now that just, hey, here's my podcast, here's music. Yeah, that's cute. But you got to really dig it, man. You got to feel it in your chest. Yo, worldwide. I like that. I got to get a bus, a tour bus. JD, I'm going to send you pictures. I don't know if I sent you pictures or not. I'm going to send you pictures of the studio. It's actually like a, I don't want to say arena, but it's like it's a podcast stage that our good friend Jeff Revia has up in Pittsburgh area. Super cool. And he wants us to come up. Pittsburgh's about maybe 3-4 hours away. And he said, come up, bring the Yo Show. And he said, who can I have? Like, I want to do shows out here. He's got like an audience section. There's a concession stand. There's a stage where you get on and you do your podcast in front of people and all. It's great. It's really cool. I got to send you the pictures. And we're trying to get up there. And he said, drop me some names. He's like, people want to see musicians, kind of like the way you do, talk about their beginnings and all, and kind of a meet and greet for their fans. And of course, I dropped 2 awesome names, former guests, Never Wake and Victoria Fire. And they were both more than happy. They said, yeah, we would love something like that. So maybe a new idea upstate in Pittsburgh to get more exposure for music. Why not? And I know Never Wake is coming to Jersey. I think that's in November. With Silver Tongue. The thrills, I can't even begin to tell you. We love it. We love music. We love sound. We love all that great stuff. I want to go back real quick to last night's episode. Because I'll give you the recap, but I also want to hit this first. The 300th episode in YouTube. If you've been trying to find it on YouTube, as far as I've seen, it's not available. And some people said, sell that, dude. Make it seem like people got to watch it everywhere because it's just that intriguing. I'm very intrigued as to why. Jewel has done the homework and the research to kind of find out what was going on. But watch it. Watch the 300th episode. Facebook, The Yo Show, or Twitch at The Yo Show. Find out why the 300th episode was so awesome. So awesome that YouTube had to put a hold on it. Yikes. Great night last night, though, as always, celebrating. We love celebrating days, special episodes, special years, etc. And with year 7 coming real close. Oh, I was bad. I mean, I suck. Badass. Thank my dude. Thank you. Thank you for being there too. I love celebrating those. And usually JD, I joke getting into the show. I usually wear a sport coat or something. Yeah, it's 99.9 degrees out where I'm at right now, so no sports coat. It's cool down here where I do the stuff. It's still hot out there, so no jacket last night, but a great time. And again, a massive thanks to all the guests that came on. We I don't want to say scrambled. I definitely gave people enough notice, but I'm like, all right, who's going to come on? Who do I go to? And you don't want to really pick out, like, oh, I'm going to have this band. We're going to have, like, one band. Because it's not fair to all the millions of bands. The band stuff, that's why there was really, outside of St. Ricketts, and of course they were on because the theme song. And they're back with new albums, of course. They were going to be on. But then, like, the only person I kind of struck out on was Nancy Vallon. I love Nancy. I asked her, and she said, it's just going to be a real tough time right now. Don't think I'm going to make it. And Misha Johnson. We tried Misha Johnson, too, and she said, difficult. I wanted to run the thing till midnight. I wanted to bring in Ray Chase and do games and all that, but there was so... It seems like so much time until you actually get on there and realize how little time it is. But amazing, thanks again, Eric. And, of course, Tom popped in some comments from St. Ricketts. We love you guys. Love St. Ricketts. Lydia Manson, our most viewed guest, Jessica Morris, now Jessica Hillis. Congratulations, of course, on that wedding that was in People Magazine. How about that? I read in People Magazine about your wedding. That's something. Jessica is fantastic. Sherry Nelson, Beatrice Kimmel, and everybody, took the few minutes. Because they said, we're gonna do about 10, 15 minutes. And we're like, fine, let's do it. We're here, bud. Love them. Even, of course, we missed out on Troy Bonacore, Troy David Hendrickson. Shared a message. He said, sorry, dude. Had a project, ran late. It's okay, dude. I saw your message later. I would have definitely brought you on. We love you here, man. And we're going to work in the future to have you back on this program. And keep doing it, man. 400 is coming. It's probably like 2 years away. You think about it, there's 52 weeks in a year. And normally I'd say we do 50 yo shows, the regular Tuesday night ones, a year. So we're probably 2 years away from number 400. But why not? We count it down. Every night is a party at the yo show. And lucky enough to have Jewel. Lucky enough to do this thing here on Wednesdays and bring more talent out. And again, a shout out to some of the guest co-hosts who have sat in here with me. And I mentioned Rain Sparkles, who has done it with me before. My good friend Melissa Batot has been here. Tammy Palumbo. The awesome Angela Marie. I love you, Angela, to death, of course. Sam Madrak has come on and done it with us here. Lydia Manson, of course, has popped on. Sherry Nelson has guest co-hosted. Tina Celine has guest co-hosted. So there's a lot of really great people. And everyone's like, how can you never get a dude? Well, every time the old dude's like, I'm going to come on. I'm going to shit talk. And it's not really what we do around here. But I've been blessed to have some cool people. And there's cool people I talk to that still are intrigued to do it and want to try it. So, why not, man? This is a community where we want everybody to do it. And a shout out to JoJo, too. I love you, JoJo. Kind of lost her on social media, but she's super cool, too. We had her on that night when we did the Paul Scardino, the world record holder of most Funko Pops. She was a Funko collector, and she was like, just amazed looking at his collection, everything he had to say. So, yeah, man, stuff like that. Super cool. We got it all here on the Yo Show. My wall, of course, consisting of hundreds of Funko Pops. There's even some over here. There's the new Bryce Harper one, of course. I love my Bryce. I love my Phillies. As you know by the hat, it's become a staple. And, of course, the new one, if you haven't seen it, Jason Kelsey. Shirtless Jason Kelsey with beer in hand. Guy's a character. It's an awesome pop. They also came out with new Terrifier ones. Yeah, the movie Terrifier, Art the Clown. 3 new ones that people have been begging for them. They look pretty cool. So keep an eye on those. They might pop up on the wall. You never know. My wife with this awesome live on air sign that she got for me. I dig that because we are live and we are on air. And without destroying the whole house, I'll once again bring out this Jewel Tatey and her fantastic artwork. Look at that. I love that. That's going to get hung up. If I ever decide to maybe rearrange the way the studio goes and lose the Funko Pops, stuff like this, pictures and autographs, stuff like that, hit the wall. Why not? But yeah, it's all, oh, and this one. Again, I should have put a little block over the logo. Matter of fact, I'll put my fingers over the logo, but this is another great piece of art that Jewel did. Jewel actually said this was supposed to be me as a Funko Pop. Pretty cool. She did it for my birthday. That looks a good deal like me. Jules turned me into a paper note person too. Jewel, I'll let you know. I always have paper notes now. I print them out and keep them right in front of me. But it's not a script. I don't want to say script. Like I did appreciate how people say, like Lydia said it last night, like you throw out like questions that may let me know how the show's going to go, and we go from there. How we do, you outline it a little bit. You want everybody on the same page. You don't want to fly by the seat of your pants. You want to come in with some preparation. And the artist appreciate it. The guest really appreciate you being prepared, having the music prepared. I know sometimes the internet can be a little shaky, like last night. It happens. But do a little homework. Pick up and read. Don't just like watch my show. And like, I saw that Burn the Guilt. They talked about this and this. Let's get them on our show. No, man, work. Go out and see them. Appreciate it. Listen to the music. Do all that good stuff. That's what it's all about. We got a tough one tonight, folks. 4-3 Phillies, top of the 9th inning as the Phillies try to take the first 2 from the Los Angeles Dodgers in this very tough series. Hoffman on the mound. Of course, Alvarado gave up a run. I don't know what else is new. But Hoffman in there now, the all-star, trying to close it out, trying to get Phillies 2 straight wins over the Dodgers. And, remember that thing where the Phillies can't beat teams with winning records? We're trying to go for 2. Let's keep it up. The emoji section and the thumbs up, etc. Burden the Guilt. Thank you very much. And the dudes from Harkin, another great local band who was on the program a couple of weeks back. They kick ass. We had a great time with them. And they're out there now doing it as well. A lot of great stuff to see. Of course, there's another Metal Mania show going on with the Leonard Brokus. I will be the MC on that one. Our good friend Kinsey King will be performing with his new band at that one. Certainly great. Check out Sweeney's if you're in the area, Northeast Philly. A lot of great shows that get done. Leonard Brokus with tons more future star shows coming up. Speaking of shows, let's not forget it. If you are in the area, Friday night, July 19th. It is the Christmas in July. As the Key Concert Series comes back to the Fuge. Key Concert Series number 6. Christmas in July. Friday night, July 19th. A special night. 4 incredible bands. Swing and a Miss. Who in the Room. The Grimjacks and White Wolf. Tickets are on sale right now. KeyConcertSeries.ticketleap.com. You buy them in advance, $15. At the door, $20. An all-ages show. Food and drink is sold by the amazing Tranquility Brewing Company, which is located on site. All ages enter, 21 and over to drink. Please drink responsibly. Great food to be had, soft drinks for the kids. All ages show, as we mentioned, and always a dandy at a great location, the Fuge. It's in Warminster, PA. It's absolutely beautiful. Us here at the Yo Show, SRR Promotions, the Fuge, the Key Concert Series, we get together. Everybody does a great job of bringing these shows out. John Simons, of course, Stu Rambo, and Malcolm Raleigh, and of course the ladies that work with them and love them, Donna and Phyllis, and of course Kim, who does a kick-ass job. Me and Jewel make our way out there. Brent's usually out there. My wife gets out there. And a lot of fans of some of these bands. And Who in the Room from the last show, they've got a crowd. They got people to come out and see them. And why not? Because they're super cool. Swing and a Miss, I've seen them a couple times live. They bring a nice crowd. The Grimjacks, of course, always bring the crowd. Get your mosh and hats on because they like to bring it. And this is going to be my debut to see White Wolf. I'm excited for that as well. The thing I do want to mention, White Wolf, of course, has mentioned the food drive. So we want to get some products, cereals, canned goods, even say coffee and tea. Bring something to donate, even if it's just a little something for a cause, for some hungry people right now. Since it's Christmas in July, we're doing the giving season. Bring something, canned good, or like I said, something like a cereal, a coffee or tea, something like that, to bring to the Fuge, see a great show, 4 awesome bands. Josh will tell you, him and Reese played there a little while back. It's a fun thing we're doing, man. The Fuge, we're bringing live music together. Original, live, local music for all ages, for all types and styles. It's not just a metal show. Relax out there. It's an all kind of show, and we can definitely have a great time. It's a very fun, laid back atmosphere. So Josh is getting after the doctor. JB Coleslaw, the upside or House of Jenk. Huh. Let's see what that answer comes out to be. My TV's messing with me there. There I am. Hi. Whew. 9:37. We're almost at the home stretch. As I said, we usually wrap up around 10 or close to 10. Work calls. You know what I mean? There's never enough sleep in a day. Phillies right now with 2 outs. Oh my God, 2 outs here in the top of the ninth as they try to take 2 straight from the Los Angeles Dodgers. I go to the game casts here. Takes a second or two to load. As Jewel will tell you. Sorry, Joe, I love you. I'm making her angry. Let's probably not going to lose. Let's just wait for the final score. Still 4-3. I know Josh is a big Phillies fan, so I want to make sure I put that out there. Woo. I'm a big Philly fan. I love what the Phillies are doing. I love the hometown teams. Excited for football seasons as always. Love what the Sixers did this offseason. I'm definitely excited for some Sixers. Got some good sports here, man. The Flyers are making moves and signing players. So hockey, football, basketball, you name it. It's all exciting here. Adam Kovitz sent us a heart. Thank you, dude. And my man Steve Giordano as well. Thank you, Steve, for tuning in with the like. Steve and I have been friends a long, long time. Steve definitely helped me in the development of this logo. This is kind of what I want. What do you think you could do? Printed out the lightning bolt, which if you're not familiar with Philly, of course, it's supposed to be a Liberty Bell with a microphone. And then the lightning bolt is like the crack in the Liberty Bell. Great stuff. Absolutely love the logo as well. Looks like we have a final. Phillies 4, Dodgers 3 is a final. Hoffman with the save, Sanchez with the win. Phillies have taken 2 straight from the Los Angeles Dodgers, and now, let's do a quick check. The Phillies now hold a 7.5 game lead over the Atlanta Braves. See what the Braves are up to this evening real quickly. We'll go to that. It's my sports update music. That's terrible. Braves and Diamondbacks starting at 9:40. Never thought I'd say go Diamondbacks. It's Charlie Morton for the Braves. Slade Caccione for the Diamondbacks. How about it? Adam Kovitz, what is up, brother? Burn the Guild, of course, and Sour Station this past weekend with a terrific performance. In Sour Station, we talked about getting them back on the program. New singer, a little bit different of a sound as well, but man, rocking. And those guys are growing up. I can barely say kids anymore. Those guys are growing up and becoming just a sensational band with a great sound. And of course, your son Adam is just like a rock superstar. I said to him, like, look at you, like a rock star now. The hair's getting long, the shades, and he's just ripping on guitar. Sour Station, another terrific band. So they just played Sweeney's this past weekend, a light and sound studio show. Great one. Again, Burn the Guilt, Sour Station, and man, it's so good. I love music. People work say like, how do you like? Well, I have a few new teeth. Really, I like new teeth. I also may need a couple tanks. We'll talk about that later on. Yeah, I love new teas. People out there need the teas. And the coffees. Kidding. But yeah, Steve and I have known each other such a long time. Great dude. And always an ambitious guy. And always said to me, look, man, keep driving. Find ways to make your show bigger and reach more people and do more things. And, you know, we're definitely trying. We try. And in the beginning, everybody's like, oh, I want to be Stern. I want to be Joe Rogan. Nah, I want to be Jeff the Shark Perini. I love this guy. He's my favorite guy. But yeah, man, don't forget, like I said, check out our website, www.theyoshow215.com to get news on what's coming. Of course, our social media pages, The Yo Show on Facebook, Instagram, The Yo Show 215. Follow us, man. This way you get the news on what's coming up. Of course, the Key Concert Series. Follow them as well on Instagram and Facebook. Key Concert Series. Jules working on getting TikTok together. That's coming out pretty cool. YouTube, you see some past episodes, except for the 300th. I think I think I hit a, struck a nerve somewhere. I don't know, you watch it, you tell me. But I pissed somebody off the other night. It happens. It definitely happens. Another great message from another great artist, Eden James. Hey, man, how's the schedule looking? I'll get Eden back in here. Probably maybe September. He's a cool dude. Great time. We had a great time here as well. Burden of Guilt, we thank them very much for being our very special guest tonight. I want to remind everybody, of course, you can find Burden of Guilt right down there below. Facebook, Burden of Guilt. Instagram, Burden_of_Guilt. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. The brand new album, The Truth of Letting Go. Act 1. I almost got it. It's out right now on all major streaming places. Make sure you check it out. J.D. Wolf is back just in time to hear that the Phillies beat the Dodgers again. That's 2 straight against the Dodgers. And while we got J.D. here, let's check it out. Let's see what the Twins are up to tonight. Make it fair. Make sure everybody gets their just due. The Twins. Well, they split a doubleheader with the White Sox. 3-1 loss in Game 1. Came back Game 2 with a 3-2 victory. We look at the standings. That puts Minnesota 5 behind the Guardians. I almost said Indians. Wow, imagine that. The Guardians, 5 behind the Guardians. And in the wild card, they are a game and a half behind the Yankees. My wife just got home. How about that? That's lovely. Working hard, that woman. So, I know it's a little early. We usually roll out of here around 10 o'clock. But then some people said sometimes you just go too long. So let's not go too long. Let's get the heck out of here. Thank you again, as I said, the Burden of Guilt, Josh and Reese. Thank you for coming on this evening. J.D. Wolf, of course, thank you for being in the house. We always love you for it. Night all indeed. My man, Steve Giordano, thank you for always being in the house and being a great friend, dude. Miss you. We're going to get together soon and do some fun stuff. Come up to the Fuse, dude, for that Christmas in July thing Friday night. Come on up and enjoy your share. Your ticket's on me. Or you can buy it yourself. Either way. St. Ricketts is the band, and we talked about it last night. And John Simons from the Key Concert Series said, yeah, man, you're welcome. Santa Shark, we got some kind of outfit. I can promise you that. There's an outfit that might involve beard paint. We don't know. We don't know yet. The things I do. But I said that way back when. I'm like, if I ever had a shot to entertain people, there's nothing I wouldn't do. So yeah, you might be seeing some form of Santa Shark in the Fuge pictures. Let's get out of here. St. Ricketts Kingdom Fall is one of their new ones. And I played this last night on the 300. And my wife and Jewel and quite a few other people were like, whoa, I love that song. Jewel said, oh my God, Kingdom Fall is actually my favorite song in the album. And of course, Fire and Catalyst have been part of our lives for a long time. Kingdom Fall is a great one. St. Ricketts is the band, www.stricketts.com. New album is out on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, etc. And we're getting the guys back together soon. They're going to play the Fuge. They are. I can feel it. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you Tuesday night with Lady White Rat. Have a good night. I have to.